Okay guys, dozing for dummies. We got something here. We've got a struck mini dozer. Buddy called me up. He says, look what we found. He said, go get it. Check it out. He said he doesn't care if it's working or not. We'll make it work. Dozer blade, dozer bucket, lineal actuator, dozer beam, the Dummies engine, full metal tracks. We figure this is in between 67 and 72. Haven't found serial numbers yet. But, and look at this. That'll tell you something right there you don't see on a struck. The old guy that owned this passed away, and I think he was a machinist. He knew his stuff. That's a hydraulic tank. Anybody that says that these are toys doesn't know their machines. Weight for weight, pound for pound. I'd take this over at John Deere. These guys have been in business. I think they started in '66. This is one of the first ones. There's the blade. There's the bucket. These are awesome little machines. Now, don't think of them as a toy. It's not supposed to be thought of as a toy. It's not a D6. These things can get in where even the smallest bobcat can't. These things will spin on their own radius. These things are damn cool. Can't wait to get this thing rolling. Now, I'm going to show you what none of the other strucks have. And this is why I think this guy was a machinist. He knew how to put this thing together. There's the actuator. 6-way switch for lineal actuator. All right, let's get in here. We'll go right to the good stuff. Look what this guy did. This is awesome. I have never seen this on any of the other strucks. This guy took out the pulley system, which was simple and good, but this is awesome. Look at this. He put the control valve down there on the bottom, actuated by the levers. What a simple, beautiful system. Right? Forward, reverse on your starboard side track, forward and reverse on your port side. Pulley system off the engine. This motor. There we go. Motor system. There's the Dummies. Power drive pulley. He's got double oversize. Back to the gear pump, over to the motors, starboard side track, port side track, fluid in, fluid out, hose comes up and over into the reservoir tank. There's the outlet that comes up, down into the pump, and circles around and then goes back into the control valve. What a beautiful system. This thing, the power you're going to get over the pulley system is probably 2 to 1. So the guy said that as far as he knows, this old Tecumseh should start up. Guy did a nice wiring job. He put it in there. Fuse panel. Decent little wiring job in there. Everything's nice, clean. Key on. Push button start. So you get more amps through the push button than you do through the key, because these are never as strong as your direct push button switch. Amp meter on there. Got the old lights on there. We're going to put some LEDs on here. And if you've gone into the Struct mini dozers on YouTube, you could these things, anything you want. I got a nice little winch we're going to put on the back here, and half a dozen other implements. We're going to put a ripper on. Clean up the blades, clean up the buckets. And we'll see what other implements we can stick on here. We're still on the JD. This is just a nice, pleasant little break. This is kind of how a case is put together. Simple, straightforward, and very serviceable. So, wherever the JD 450 can't get into, this thing is like a toothpick. These things are awesome, man. These are not toys. These are micro machines. Wait till we get this thing up and rolling, and we'll show you. I mean, put it in the same category as a ride-on lawn tractor. You know, if you're going to say that a ride-on lawn tractor is a toy because it's not a big JD farm tractor, well, you're an idiot. Okay, these things have a specific purpose. These things can go where nothing else can. And we're going to put this all back together. If the motor doesn't, you know, it looks tired. It's the original, right? And hey, the engine oil's clean. Look at that. You know, the guy said it ran. Saw his buddy on it. So, you know, we might keep her stock. We'll see how much power it's got. Well, you know, the hydraulics will compensate. As long as that pulley's turning in there, right? As long as that pulley's turning in there and moving that pump, the hydraulics will compensate for any loss of power. So, what a beautiful system. So we're going to do a quick cleanup, buff and paint. Hoses look good. Hosers are in excellent shape. I mean, there's nothing wrong with these hydraulic hoses. And again, what a beautiful little motor setup. We got a little slack in the chain. I don't know if we can drop a link. I got to do a little more checking to see how they adjusted these things. You know, a little slop's okay. You know, it's just like a chainsaw. You don't want tight chain. It just stretches out, but this is stretched maybe too much. I mean, there's your master link right there. This one dropped off. We're just getting that set up in there. But they both got slop, so maybe these chains are just stretched straight out. But this chain's cheap, right? Might be $20 in the bulk to replace this, and maybe that's why it's popping off, just because it's stretched straight out. So maybe some new chain on here, set the link, and we're good. But did an okay little bracket system there for the tow bar. It's strong enough to support. We're going to put a bolt-on winch system up here, 12 volt, because he's got the starter on it, electric starter. So we've got the charging system, so we can run. I got a little 2,000 pound super winch I think this thing is weighing in, bare bones with a blade on, I think it's about 600 pounds, maybe 700. But this is awesome. We're all over the place. It's springtime, and things are getting busy. So we'll try and keep you along with this one. It's a little bit of a hassle moving this camera and trying to get work done. I'm not really used to that. Right? You just get on it and get it done. And stopping everything every 2 seconds to redo the film and shoot. We'll just, we're going to blitz this thing, get it. There's not much to do. All I got to do is see if I can get the, I'm going to just run through this wiring here, test all the wiring. Hydraulic fluid looks okay. Tank's a little rusty, not too bad. Just put a fuel filter in. So keep the fuel clean. Everything wants clean fuel, clean oil, and clean air. That filter's hooped, but I'll just I'll open air start it. If we can get her going and she sounds not too bad, we'll keep this thing for now. Got a little gravel there to push out. Nice little test. See how this thing performs, and then we're back at it. Okay, YouTubers, stay tuned. Dozing for Dummies and getting struck in the head.